Because the AMPTP remains unwilling to offer a fair deal on key issues essential to protecting the livelihoods of working actors and performers, SAG-AFTRA's national board unanimously voted to issue a strike order against the studios and streamers. From the time negotiations began on June 7th, SAG-AFTRA staff and the members of our negotiating committee have worked overtime, devoting their evenings, weekends, and holidays to achieving a deal that would ensure a sustainable future for the acting profession. But despite our team's efforts, the AMPTP has remained steadfast in its commitment to devaluing the work of our members.
I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us.
I think it's going to have a phenomenal impact, not just because of the importance of the actors unions in the United States. I mean, we're talking about 160,000 or so working actors. If they go on strike, essentially all production in the US grinds to a halt, and a lot of it internationally, because any American or union member of the American guilds, which includes a lot of British actors, a lot of international actors, will be forbidden from working on studio and streamer projects. So that will basically stop the whole production machine of Hollywood in its tracks. And we have to remember that this strike is happening at the same time as the ongoing writers' strike, which has been continuing for months now. And this is the first time in 60 years that we've seen both of these two very powerful unions go on strike simultaneously. And I think the impact, the economic impact on Hollywood.
We wanted to come out and talk about it because we're really proud of it, and we worked really hard on it, and we wanted to, everything was all set up, so we said, well, let's just do it, and then if they call a strike, we'll go home.
Premieres aren't just for us to turn up. Premieres are for the crew, and they are also for every single person that can or can't be here to see that their work is being acknowledged and praised. It's a huge deal for me to be here. It's also a huge deal for me to be in lockstep with all of my peers in my guild and every other guild that matters. Both can matter at the same time. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to honor this movie in the way that we could before.
It's such a critical moment in the life of the industry, not just for actors, but for everybody else and all the waves of the industry that this will affect. So it's a crucial moment. I know people are doing their best. I hope it's resolved as soon as possible.
I think SAG is really fighting back in the media and saying, no, don't put this on us. We just want what's fair. This is on you. And I think that, it's sort of, if you think of actors as the underdog, people love to cheer on the underdog. So I think that, the networks and studios that we all know are making, hundreds and millions and billions of dollars, it's very easy to say, why are you not paying your actors? And it's so crucial at this moment in time, before things start getting out of hand, to address the issue of AI. Our contracts right now give name and likeness rights to studios and networks. That's something that is, typically automatically granted. And so the extent of how the image and likeness is used is absolutely negotiable. It's always going to be used in affiliation with the project, but, we can sort of negotiate how it's used beyond that particular show or film. So one of the other issues that is really key here is streaming, right? So residuals don't exist in the streaming world. And part of that is because the streamers have not released viewership data. So we don't even know what those numbers are. And, for whatever reason, and I think we know the reason, it's not to the streamer's advantage to really be transparent with that data because they do buyout deals. So if we knew, how much, what the viewerships were, then we would expect to want, more money. The actors would want more money, producers would want more money, everybody would want more money if there was transparency in terms of how much money the streamers are actually making, what that viewership data is. And that's one of the big fights. And I think that to me is so important and something that, everyone's sort of been complaining about for years.